Namaste everyone, welcome back. If you are yet to try out some of the unique variants of parathas or Indian bread out there, then don't give this variant with lots of methi leaves a miss. If you have young buddies at home who are fussy for eating leafy veggies, definitely this paratha is an incredible way to push in some nutrients to their diet as well. It is best served with a cup of thick curd. So let's go ahead and prepare this recipe. I'm sure most of the ingredients are already in your pantry, so why don't you try this today? We need methi leaves, 2 cups. The leaves should be thoroughly washed under running tap water before chopping them finely. Whole wheat flour, 2 cups. Garam masala, 1 teaspoon. Red chili powder, 1 teaspoon. Amchur, 1 teaspoon. Chaat masala, 1 teaspoon. Ghee as required and salt to taste. Let's add the whole wheat flour into a large bowl. You may use whole wheat flour or a combination of plain flour and wheat flour. It is totally up to you. Now it's time to add a teaspoon each of red chili powder. In fact, I have used Kashmiri red chili powder here, so 1 teaspoon was enough. If you want your parathas to be more spicy, you may adjust according to your preferences. Now it's time to add 1 teaspoon of garam masala. I have used homemade garam masala here. Next up is our amchur powder or dry mango powder. One teaspoon of chaat masala will definitely pep up the flavor. And finally, let me add salt also. The combination of the spices added can be altered. For instance, some of you might not like garam masala. Instead, you may add a bit more amchur. Similarly, instead of chili powder, you may go for black pepper powder as well. So, you do have the freedom to choose the combination of your choice. Once all the ingredients are introduced, let us add the chopped methi leaves as well. Combine well for a few more seconds. Once all the ingredients are introduced, it's time to add the water. I have used exactly 3/4 cup of water to make a semi-soft dough here. The quantity of water might vary according to the flour you choose, so do add water in parts. Since the methi leaves will have some water content in them, we will have to adjust accordingly. While you make the dough, if it is too sticky, it means you have added more water. In this case, you may add a bit of flour and combine. If the dough is too hard, sprinkle some water and adjust. The methi leaves have a typical fragrance which takes our preparation to the next level. Many people say that it is difficult to retain the freshness of these leaves beyond a day or two, but not anymore. Let me give you an easy way to do that. If you have excess quantity of methi leaves, wash them thoroughly and pat dry using a clean cloth. Then cover them loosely in a plastic bag or a large Ziploc bag and refrigerate. This will stay good up to a week. There is another method. In a small jar, fill in some water and keep the roots immersed in the water. Loosely cover the leaves with plastic bag and let the opening remain loose. This will keep the leaves fresh for about 2 weeks in the refrigerator. You can keep the leaves in our kitchen also without refrigeration by keeping them in a jar half filled with water and the stems fully immersed in it. This will keep the leaves fresh for up to 2 days. These leaves love cool atmosphere, so change water every day to keep the temperature levels balanced. Our dough is ready. It is highly recommended that you apply some ghee and let it rest for an hour, covered with a lid at room temperature. This will make our life easier while making the parathas. After the dough has rested for an hour, let's start making the parathas. Roll out a few balls from the prepared dough, place them on a flat surface, flatten them further with the help of a rolling pin. Keep using the flour in order to prevent the rolls from sticking to the surface. Once the parathas get the perfect round shape, we can start making them. On a cast iron tawa, cook the parathas on a medium flame. You may grease the parathas using oil or ghee. I have used ghee here. Cook both sides thoroughly as shown here. This recipe yields 25 medium-sized parathas. It is up to you to decide the shape and size of the parathas. You may make the parathas in square shape also. Shape may not matter much, as it simply tastes yummy and delightful. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'm sure you will definitely give it a try. Meet you soon with yet another recipe. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel with the bell icon on to receive notifications of all my upcoming uploads. Wish you a great week ahead. Until next time, bye-bye.